What is going on, everybody? Anthony here, Sixth Scale Mafia, Tales of the Dark Side, episode 69, dudes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what is good? We all know the reference and references of references. It's good, man. Mario's not with us tonight. I always leave him in the intro, but he's off in TJ, enjoying some good times out there, man.
Yes.
He's probably having a good time, right? At least he should be there. He may still be at Disney. Who knows? Who knows where Mario is?
Mario lives in Disney. Come on.
Yeah, he's starting to live in Tijuana too, man. So I don't know. So
He's having a good time. That's
he
for
is
sure.
having a good time, man. So unfortunately, he's not going to be here. Lael's going to be joining us a little bit later, and my buddy Payne. At some point during the stream, we are going to have a nice roundtable discussion this evening, guys. We're talking about broken vehicles, broken figures. How do we repair them? We're going to talk about, are you guys hoarders? When do we stop? Is enough enough? And how do we balance our collecting with our personal lives? So it's going to be a nice roundtable discussion, man. Jay, of course, brother Cousins, my dude.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Glad to be
Dude.
here once again for this wonderful panel, Saturday Night Live. Let's get it.
Hell yeah, brother. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And you got your DeLorean. We're going to talk about that in a little
Yes,
bit. But Harry, my man,
Hey, how's it
cinematographer,
going?
welcome back.
How's it going, everybody? Yeah, thanks. I'm all cozy today. I've got my blanket, got my
Hey.
vape, got my water. Yep, super nice and cozy.
Hey, man, that's all that matters,
There you
dude. You
go.
got all your needs met,
Yep.
right? And that is most important in a healthy lifestyle, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Because we're talking about lifestyle tonight. That's
Oh, yeah.
so, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
shit. And Desi, man, Metamorphic Customs, my man. It's been a minute, man. I'm glad you're here.
Indeed, but I'm glad to be here, man. It's a good Saturday night. Just glad to be here talking hobby. Can't wait. We've got some good topics.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. Maybe a cold splash of water to some. Maybe it's a lukewarm topic for others. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna find out though, guys. But before we do, I apologize for the delay, guys. We were gonna start a little earlier. It was partly my bad, so no big deal. But we are here. We are live and ready to roll, man. So I just want to say what's up to a couple of people in the chat. 1/6 is in the house. Fat Batman, my dude, celebrating 1 year channel membership, dude. So
Wow.
round
Yes.
of applause, man, to Fat Batman. He's one of my longtime bros and supporters. Thank you so much, dude. It says Mafia member for a year. Crazy how it's flown by. Grateful for your bullshit free content, dude. Very much,
Absolutely.
man. I appreciate you, man, along with everybody else in the chat, dude. Thank you so much, dude. Whole year, dude. It's a long time. It's a long time. It goes by. It goes by quick, dude.
Yeah.
It goes by quick,
It
man.
does.
Lane Kramer also in the house. What's good, my dude? Hey, let's get ready for some Mafia collectible talk with less huffing and puffing. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Oilers Workshop in the house. Slugging 1/6, guys. I'm gonna try to get through this a little bit, because we've got a lot to talk about. Not a whole lot of time, man. William Ohms in the house. Charlie Unicorn. Braden, my man. Lewis Lebitz. Blitz, my friend. 65. Some guy. Guys, if I miss anybody, my apologies, man. Fourth Meister, everybody in the house. Boba Fettuccine, CT603, my dude. Ash Chase as well. David, my man, also in the house, man. We got Brian Richards, dude. Man, a lot of folks piling in, man. Again, if I miss anybody, the collector was good. Renz Talentino, man. Renz, dude, Renz is just killing it with all that art he's been doing, dude.
Yes, Lord.
Absolutely, dude. Funky Cold Santa also in the house. Miles Dyson, my man. Dennis Perez also in the house. I know I saw Amir somewhere in here, man. So thank you guys all for coming in. If I miss anybody, Collectible Chats also in the house. Hawkworth Toys, Ray. Yes, Ray, you did have time. I think I let you know to get another dirty drink, my man. Roscoe also in the house. Good, man. How you guys all doing tonight? OG Mando. 16 Salvo, Jason. What's up, man? Jason did not go to TJ tonight. He decided to hang out with us. Cool fellas. On the panel in the chat. Dokinator also in the house, dude. My man. Dokinator. Good. Collection Obsession. Sluggish 1/6. Blackbird Tech. I got the Thor up in here as well, man. I got brother Cousins in the chat and on the panel.
Yes, sir.
He's working both sides of the fence today. My man, AJ Riviera as well, dude. AJ Agrusa as well. Broken Dreams too. We're gonna shatter some dreams, man. It happens. Maximum Rex also in the house. Art Castro, guys. We already got 100 in the chat, man. So I do apologize if I haven't hit everybody up, man. But hey, before we start, man, go hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. We are on the road to 5K, and all my friends' links are right below. Check everybody out here if you haven't.
Yes, sir.
My man's.
Yep.
Woo! So it's been kind of an interesting week. I don't really want to talk about Ahsoka. I don't want to talk about clone troopers. As you guys all know, we've spoken about it. We've seen the pictures. We got people got, you know, their stuff's coming.
Yep.
We've already discussed that. No big deal. But the DeLorean, that's a big one, right?
Yeah.
We've had some talks about it. We've seen a lot of people are getting theirs. You know, let me preface this beforehand, right? As you guys know, I did have my DeLorean ordered for a while. My PayPal card got somehow, I don't know what the hell happened. Sideshow had canceled the order. They couldn't reload the order, so I had to submit a new order, right? Which sucks because it's paid off.
Yeah.
Now I'm essentially up at the back of the queue. So now I'm like sitting here waiting, right? Because I'm eager too. I want to get mine, and you know, for obvious reasons, but also to see, you know, what's going on with my DeLorean. Am I gonna have problems? You know, I don't know. Jay, you got your DeLorean in, right? You said you've been messing around with it all day.
Yep.
What is your, how did yours come out? Is it okay? Is everything good? I haven't talked to you about it.
Right. It's funny. I was talking to Denobi about it last night because he asked me, he was like, how's it going? And I'll say this, I'm not gonna bury the lead. Mine's turned out pretty good. It turned out pretty good. There was one thing there. I'm noticing there's a lot of QC issues with these. Mine for the most part was fine. There was a small scratch. I mean, you really have to look at it to see a small scratch in the hood, which is crazy to me because I've had that one for like 5 years and no scratches at all. So this one new, I pull the plastic off. First thing I see is a scratch on it. And I'm like, what the hell? But as I was doing the review, and the review was coming, I should have that up by tomorrow. But yeah, I was looking at it, and the first thing I did was test the wheels, and I was like holding my breath the whole time, flipping those wheels, because I was like, this has been a bad week for vehicles. So I was like, if I turn it and it cracks, I'm gonna lose it. But fortunately that didn't happen. The everything works. All the lights, everything works. I even think our guy Loco Lou, he had his in as well, and one of the lights in the wheel hub wasn't working at all. So it's been a lot of QC issues. So far, so good with mine. The one thing I did not know, and I'm really kind of upset about it, is y'all know famously I like to come on all my lights with Alexa. Everything's plugged into Alexa. I give the command, the DeLorean pops on, the old school one, the G1 pops on. With this new one, you can't do that. And they give you a USB. So my whole thing is like, what good is the USB when I got to go into my display, turn the light on, turn it on again, and then turn it off when I'm done? I can't control it from Alexa at all. So it really looks like they rushed to get, I'm sorry, it really looks like they've kind of rushed it to get these out. That's what it looks like. Other than that, it is a good, for those that don't have those QC issues, it is a good product. It's a good, well, I'll say it looks amazing once it's all put together. That stand is flimsy as shit. I almost dropped it a couple times just putting it in my display. So it's another thing to be leery of. So yeah, but so far so good.
Dad, because I saw 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗕, he had pointed that out to me as well, or you know, in general. I saw him make a post on that. QC issues aside, right? Because I figured, well, if I have QC issues, I'm going to return it. I'm going to do whatever, right?
Exactly.
But that's a big blow for someone like us, man. Yeah. So to my understanding, okay, it's a toggle switch, like it's a button toggle, and what is it, under the hood?
It's right up under the hood. It kind of works the same way the old one does. The old one just had you press the button and it cuts on. Then it cuts on, you cut it off, it turns off, and it just had one light up, it lit up the whole thing. This one has a two-step function. You tap it one time, that turns on the lights and the interior and the headlights and everything like that. You tap it again, that's for the hover conversion. That gets the the exhaust lights and the wheel lights and the tracking lights at the bottom, the hover conversion. And you cut it off, you hit it a third time, that turns it off. So that's how it works. So
gotcha.
if you connect it to a USB and you give the see how mine's work, how the old one will work, you cut it on.
That's what Amir was trying to but like try to explain, but that's right. But like, see, it doesn't work for this though. That's the point, right? Like,
no,
because if I smartphone it, turn it off, and I turn it back on, it's technically off because you have to manually go push the button to set your specific setting.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
and I don't know, it's no way around that. And I mean, honestly, that right there is a big deal breaker for me. That because it's like I have to go into my display, and for us to have �𝗔𝗩 cases or build a whole muscle rack thing. I know Mafia. I know you use Velcro. I use the magnets. So you constantly pulling down this big, this big cover to toggle it on and off, and you shouldn't have to do that.
Oh, that's because that's bullshit, right? Because when I turn all mine on, like my Vader turns on, everything that has lights here, the bat signal turns on, everything turns on when I turn on my Switch.
Yes,
this just sounds like bad design on their part. For I have to say, for what is a $600 vehicle, like you can't have a little
$900 after tax and shipping, bro.
There you go. You can't have a control that says I want to press this button for the interior lights and this button for the hovercraft mode. Like, I don't think I'm asking for too much. Like,
give us a remote. The technology is old.
There, yeah,
is there.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Do I, I mean, I don't want to cancel the order. I want the DeLorean. I got everything. I want the DeLorean. So it pisses me off because we had this happen with Doc, right? Doc was the most disappointing figure of 2022.
Right.
They just completely rushed him. Did him dirty, in my opinion. And now it sounds like they're doing that with the Mark II, right? I mean, I saw 𝗕𝗏𝗘 had his video. If you guys haven't seen that, I mean, his shit broke during his review. So I mean, go figure, right? Like, and then we're hearing all this other stuff. So I'm not too sure. I know, Harry, you're not. We already talked about it. I know you're not going to get the DeLorean.
Yeah. So now I'm like, okay, maybe I made a good decision after all of not doing that.
Have you seen
which is unfortunate for everyone
issues?
else, but man, yeah, I've seen pictures for sure, and it's just like, wow, for something that's so hyped up for a while, like I'm really like, it's really unfortunate for people that wanted it.
And
really I feel really bad.
It really is. And I'm at a point where I have two. I have the 𝗔𝗩𝗪 and I have the hover conversion. And after looking at the hover conversion, we'll get more into this. I was thinking, like, do I really need two at this point? After all these QC issues, I'm still thinking of keeping the original, because the original does what I want it to do. It's not the hover conversion, but still it does what I wanted to do. With this version right here, I still want it because it's the official hover conversion DeLorean, and it looks spectacular. When aside of the QC issues, aside of the poor design choices, aside of the janky ass base, it looks good. But yeah, $900. You can put. I mean, and it's too. And with all the competition out here, I mean, shit. I mean, in Mafia, you can almost attest to this. You can give that to Yost. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Because as you guys know, it's been like the week of the freaking. It was so weird that 𝗕𝗏𝗘 did his DeLorean video, and I did my 66 Batmobile live unboxing. If you guys haven't checked that out, it's just right here on my channel, one of my most recent videos. And my lights don't turn on, but however, I really think that's the power issue. So Yost sent me a new cable, a new remote. We're gonna see what happens. That should be here from maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. So. We'll plug that in and fingers crossed, that nothing happened, because he showed me all the lights working prior. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what happened. I'm again, with my bat signal had the same issue with the power cord, because there's a different power regulation with, between the two, areas. Like with an American Power, it's different. So he hooked me up with a different cord, super cool, and it worked. So I'm hoping that's the situation with mine, right? However, it's funny, right? Because I had an issue, 𝗕𝗏𝗘 had an issue, two different companies, both doing a vehicle. But you're right, though, man. I'm telling you guys firsthand, this 66 Batmobile is fantastic. It's fantastic. So now I'm worried about that, you know, and I've spoken to you about this, Jay, too. Like, remember Yost was saying that like he was gonna do the DeLorean.
Yeah.
On my show, actually, when he was on my show. And then it was like not even a month later, they were like, Hot Toys is like, boom, here's the DeLorean. And I don't know if it was because they were like, oh, you know, they can like kind of brush off the license before whatever the case is, right?
Right.
And now I'm feeling like maybe that was the case, and maybe they rushed this out.
And remember, this was like under a year. This thing, you know, was announced like February. I think February. Yeah. February, like February 15th, February 16th of last year, and then it's, you know, top of the year, it's out. So they rushed this thing out. They rushed this thing to the door, and you can look at it and tell. I mean, honestly, one reviewer, I forget his name, forgive me, but he kind of said another thing he did, and it was a great video. It was like the top 10 things that he didn't like about this new DeLorean, and one of them was it's so similar to the old one. And that is very true. It's pretty much the same. It's the same thing, but in the stuff. But you do get different. You get. It is an upgrade. Let's be honest. It is. I want to be clear that it is an upgrade from what we got in, what was it, 2016. So that's true. But I do think they could have did more things to make it different.
DeLorean Tech. That's what CT was saying.
Yeah.
Was that the guy you're talking about? Yeah, I watched his like the top 10 or the 10 reasons, you know, before you buy. Yeah, it was a great video, man. So shout out to him, man. Go check out his video.
Yes, great video. Yeah, but he's right. They could have did some things to up the ante with it, but it looks like, I mean, for it to be a year, they did a good job with that, but it's just these QC issues, and they could have, they could have did better.
And I think you nailed it, Jay. And it was something you said before, where, you know, this is what a lack of QC or bad QC and bad QA will do to you, right? It's what you said, Jay. You were getting a second DeLorean, and you went from, I can't wait to get this, to, after all these problems, do I really need two?
Yep.
If you wouldn't have had the problems, you'd probably be like, you know, I definitely wanted it too. This is great.
Exactly.
You know, now you're like, you know, and focus on QC, guys. I know we're in rough times, but.
Well, you know, and it's a tough situation here, man. And, you know, before we continue, man, I just want to give a shout out. Sluggin16, man, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, Jay, did you get your paint dots on tires and bottom? Ooh. That's what I was going to ask you. It looks like there's a lot of overspray.
Oh, wow, interesting.
I don't think that's weathering, right? You have it in hand.
Supposed to be, I'll say this, it's supposed to be weathering, but it looks bad. It looks like a mistake. That's what it looks like. It looks like it was a mistake, and they said, oh, we'll call it weathering. Yeah, that's how it looks. It looks like they were trying to put, for all my Simpsons fans, they were trying to pull we pulled a homer. No, you didn't pull a homer. You tried to pull a fast one on us. So, but yeah, it looks like just painted dots, and it's underneath, and it's on the tires. It's, I'll say this, it's not a deal breaker, but it's very close to being unsightly. That's the best way I can say. It's very close to being unsightly. You have to really look for it to see it, but it could be better. We've seen weathering. We've seen weathering on tires. We've seen weathering on Iron Man figures. We've seen how weathering is supposed to look when it's intended to effect. This looks, once again, rushed. It looks, I use the word rushed. It looks rushed. And to Desi's point, yeah. It's you know, part of me thought about today, like, do I really want to take this back to Sideshow? Do I really want to get rid of it? Because I'm happy with my old one. But it is nice. And you're right. They were so close to nailing it till it's kind of like, it's kind of disappointing for them to make these to have these QC issues. They were so close to having a perfect product.
Well, I mean, all right, before we continue on that, first, Leo's here. What's up, my man?
Leo in the building.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
What's good?
What's up?
I'm only here. I'm only here because for one key thing, because you know, we all, I'm guessing that we've all watched The Mandalorian, right?
I haven't, but it's okay.
I have.
You haven't? You haven't?
Nope.
Does it? You haven't?
I have.
I have not.
You have?
I have.
Did you watch it, brother cousin? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you know that. See, I don't want to spoil it then because these cats ain't watched it. So that's crazy because
I'm okay. Go for it.
well, there's one particular scene at the very end because I know Jay was excited about it.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, he got a chance to see 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗠𝗘, whatever. You know, because that's half his girl. It's only percentage of his girl. But it was a simple fact that there was a piece on that it was a throne that she was sitting on, and it was amazing. And it was quite ironic that tonight you actually have Desi on the panel, and I was like,
I saw this coming. I didn't want to say anything, but I knew this was coming.
So considering that Desi is on the panel, I need you to watch that episode.
For frame of reference.
For frame of reference, I need you to watch. I need you to watch it, bro. I need you.
I like Chairs and Thrones too, man. I'm in the same boat. I haven't seen it, but I'm
epic.
like, you know what? Desi, you're just gonna have to come out of hiding.
Please.
And,
I know.
do a few commissions, man. So
what can you do, right?
Right. But you know, hey, so real quick, while we were just letting everybody know, man, 150 in the chat, man. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to all my friends here. Their links are in the description.
Make sure you do so
below.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's up, cinematographer? What's going on with you, baby? What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
I was excited to see you, man.
I can tell.
Oh man, shit, dude. Nah, it's great, man. We're just shooting the shit, man. About so Jay got his DeLorean. There's a lot of QC issues. I see a lot of people. It's you know, I've also seen people where the chairs aren't even glued. So
is this for the DeLorean?
Yeah, it's like, and then there's this white speckled paint all over the tires, and then underneath the car where. Yeah, it's from what it sounds like everybody has had that. So
people thought they were getting, you know, for those unclued seats, people thought they were getting a vehicle and they end up getting a model kit.
Jay, did you get yours yet?
Yes, sir. Yep.
So have you had any QC issues?
No QC issues, but it's just some poor design choices that I just have.
Oh, okay. So does it? Let me ask you a question because you guys have it. Does it feel like? It's you said it's design choices and stuff like that, but does it feel like it was worth it? Like, does it feel worth it, or does it feel like they didn't take their time with it? It was a rush type of situation.
It feel like they were close. They were so close to having a great, perfect product, and they just screwed the pooch, so to speak, with QC issues and rushed it out the door. That's what it does feel. It feels a little rushed, but. They did. It's weird because they did a good job with the lighting. Outside of the wheel lights being a little too dim, the lights are great. The lights at the bottom look good. The lights in the dash look damn good. I think that turned out better than what I thought. Even the lights in the vents in the back and the exhaust look great. But they just rushed. This thing was kind of announced and released damn near under a year, so it just looks like they were really trying to like get ahead of companies like of whatever Queen Studios was going, whatever NART was going to do, or J&D was going to do, and especially with Yoast, it looks like they wanted to try to get that out before they were able to get theirs out. And
it's starting to feel that way.
Yeah.
We were this close, Mama Luigi.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's tough for me. I'm still gonna get it, but and it kind of. This is where it kind of like brings me into really what I wanted to talk about in general with figures, but also with vehicles. But before I get into that, Batman Collectibles, dude, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. He says, I have the DeLorean on a payment plan. Y'all really got me thinking about canceling, especially for $900. Dude, first, thank you for the super chat, my man. But I don't. It's going to be up to you at the end of the day, right?
Here's the thing. No, I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, my bad. I just say this. If you really, this is what I say. If you really want it, and remember, like 2 years ago, guys, remember, people were dreaming about having, like, damn, only I had a chance to get the DeLorean. Remember that? Remember those conversations? We had a lot of those conversations with a lot of people saying that, and it was out of reach. $2,500, $1,500, 18, 20,000. You know, it was 3,000 at some point.
Right.
You know, now you have an opportunity to get it. I'll say this. Aside of the QC issues, and remember, if you're getting it from a reputable place, like, you know, a Big Bad Toy Store or Sideshow, they will take care of you. So it really comes down to how bad you want it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I didn't have that one back there, these QC issues would be like, oh wow, you know, I would have no frame of reference. I'd be like, hey, there's some things I don't like about it, but you know, mine's works. And it's fine. I'm fine with it. So I really think it depends on. So don't let that. If you don't have a DeLorean and you still want to get one, I still think it's worth getting. But for $900, the things we're talking about, it is pretty bad. That's what makes it pretty bad. But remember, Sideshow got your back on this. You can.
But you make a very important point, bro. Is the simple fact that it's all about where you get it. Where you get the piece from, because we know that companies, there will be QC issues with pretty much every company. Any company that you go through, when there's product, you might run into those issues. I don't care how much, you know, there are, you know, if they're checking these, you know, if it's thoroughly checked and inspected and stuff like that, sometimes things slide through the cracks. It happens. It can happen even during transport. It's always an issue. You know, these things are coming from overseas. We never know how these things work. You know, things can damage over time, but it also depends on where you get it from. If you get it through Sideshow, as much as these motherfuckers have done me wrong, I still look at them and say that they're reputable when it comes to their customer service. You know, they're you know, when there's QC issues, you get a response from them. They're on top of it. Like they do their due diligence when it comes to that. If you get it through a company that doesn't supply you with that level of customer service, then yes, you're running into a risk. You know what I mean? That's just like, you know, for instance, I'll give you an example. You know, if I wanted to basically get me a custom diorama, I know that Deji's going to take care of me. All I got to do is send it back to him. He's going, baby, I got you. And he'll give me another one. But nah, all jokes aside, no, seriously, like, I mean, seriously, like, we just run into these issues with these companies. I wouldn't suggest, if you live in the United States, getting it overseas. I'm just going to tell you right off the back, I wouldn't do something like that. Because then if you run into these issues, then it's going to be harder for you to get replacements for it and stuff like that. But if you really want it, I wouldn't deny yourself that grail piece or that sense of nostalgia, you know, just because everybody else is experiencing these issues. It happens, but if you get it through a company that you know it's reputable and you can actually get those pieces that you can get quality service, then I would still go ahead with it. You know what I mean? I would still go ahead and get those things and get the things that you love, plain and simple.
There you go.
No, I agree. I 100% agree with that. I think, you know, one of the things I was thinking about, a lot of people don't factor these types of situations in. Desi, you would probably have some insight on this as well, so you understand where I'm coming with this. But them manufacturing the DeLorean, it could also be the time of year, right? And were the factories like warm enough? Was it too cold, right? Because when things are being made at certain temperatures, I mean, even figures can have that problem where the bodies the joints will be loose because they built them all in the cold, you know. And I don't know if
they didn't run the injection molding machines up to the right temp, or the formulation was off in the plastic when they ran the injection molding, then yes, the integrity of the plastic could be compromised and lead to like breaking, like we're seeing in the wheels. So that could totally be a thing, which is the bad part. Because that means that you're essentially, I know we're talking about a 1/6 scale car, not a real one, but you're essentially looking at a recall situation. Because they need to completely replace, they need to, you know, run the injection molding machine again just to make that part and send one out to everybody. Because they're all going to be compromised.
Yep. Over time. And I guess you just have to watch over time. For people who aren't experiencing those issues right now, just monitor that over time. I would inspect it. Like literally be in contact with these companies and say, look, I mean, you know, just to be sure, you know, and always keep an eye, stay part of the actual channels. If you're not part of like Hot Toys Facebook group, stay a part of that. You always want to be in the now. And just in case they come out and say, look, there's going to be some recalls on these things. You know, if you're having issues, this is what you can actually do. I would actually keep on that. But again, it also goes back to where you get it from, because they can put that out all they want. But if you got it from, I'll say it, Toys Wonderland, you might as well just kiss that shit goodbye. It ain't gonna never happen. You're gonna have problems with it. That's just how it's gonna be.
That is a nice paperweight.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good thing. And you guys bring up a great point. And I would suggest for those that do have it, like myself, and that are not experiencing those problems right now, for that, I think, what is it? 30 days that we do have. I would periodically be careful, but change it from hover conversion to roadster. You know, change the position of it so often. Work those wheels. Be careful when you do it. You also don't want to do it too much because you may, stress and it may snap. But I think it would behoove you to do that, because you don't want to have it in one pose for 30 days, and then you go, I'm tired of looking at it. Let me flap it back to put it on a roll, snap, and then you shit out of luck after 30 days. I would play with your toys is what I'm trying to say for 30 days and make sure that they straight. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and listen, I want to preface this to everybody watching in the chat tonight, man, joining with us. I am getting my DeLorean. I want to bring this up, not to bring it up as like a spicy topic of conversation when I have no commitment towards it, right? Like, everybody knows that I'm an 80s guy. The DeLorean's absolutely coming. It still makes me question it though, right? Because I'm like, oh man, this is when Jay and I, when we were having our discussion when Doc Brown came out. You and I talked for like almost 2 hours on a live stream, just you and me, just about Doc. And it was funny because a lot of people may look at it and be like, wow, these guys just complained for 2 hours. And at the end, we were both like, well, we're still going to get it. But it's because, it's our love for it, though. And I think that's where there's cause for concern. And it's constructive criticism. Right. It's not like, oh, this thing's a piece of shit or this or that. It's like, well, what's going on here? Because if, this is let's just call it what it is. It's $1,000 item. I mean, if you round it up, I mean, it's $900 and something with tax and shipping if you're getting it retail. So to have several issues that could potentially be, like Desi's saying, could potentially be a recall situation. It could. I mean, we don't know, right? We've seen some people where their DeLorean's been okay, right? So I'm just not trying to blow it out of proportion, but we've seen enough already in this first batch where everybody's getting their vehicles. There's a lot of people, Local Lou's light didn't work in the back. Denobi's axles broke. I knew a couple other people's axles broke. Seats aren't glued in properly. As you mentioned, this is more of a design decision rather than a flaw, but right, the USB is a toggle, it's not a switch. So yeah, that's going to kind of irritate someone like me who likes to light everything up with a push of a button.
Yeah. It makes the USB portion useless. It's like you might as well just run batteries and not have a port.
And it just and I've got my heat gun over here. I've got my glue gun. I've got all this stuff ready. Why does Mafia look like the Mad Mouse astronaut from Tom and Jerry when he talks? What the fuck is that supposed to be?
That is specific. That is very specific.
Bro, remember that episode when Jerry was he was like the only mouse that was going out of space, and they started flipping through, and you saw those different mice from different countries, and it was one from Russia that looked real mad. That was you, bro.
Well, fucking A, man. I guess that's a compliment. I don't know. Well, I'm also irritated.
That's actually a thing. That's crazy.
It's a thing, right?
That's crazy. That's actually a thing.
It's a thing, bro. I'm telling you, it is a thing.
Wow.
Well, fuck, man. Like, you're okay though, dude. You don't have to be upset. You're not getting a DeLorean. So when I get angry, I'm looking like that. True.
And I haven't taken it out the box yet because I've been waiting to get this muscle rack completed.
Shit. No wonder. I was wondering where
okay. That's funny. That's pretty funny, man. There ain't no mic drop. He's just making an observation in his own opinion. All right, this isn't a fact. All right, fuck. Anyway, that got me all like self-conscious. I'm gonna be like, I shouldn't get angry. I'm gonna look like this fucking. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
it's not when you talk though. Literally, it's when you stop talking and you start squinting because you can't really. I'm wondering what you're looking at when you're squinting. That's the only time I see it.
Oh, I'm everywhere. I'm looking at chat over here. I'm looking at my bar over here. I'm like, and I'm a little, but it's good. It's fuck me up, man. Yeah. So no, I'm just saying the DeLorean guys. It is an issue. We're all kind of in this together. Those of us who are buying vehicles. Vehicles in general, because this is a big one. It's a big ticket item, and it's an issue. Dylan, so the issue with the DeLorean power switch is it's just a button toggle. One button turns on one display mode, the other, and then off. So if you were to use, like your phone or whatever with a smart plug to turn everything on and off, when let's say you wake up or whatever, you turn on your display cabinets, the DeLorean does not turn on because you have to physically push the toggle button to turn it on. So you've effectively killed your power when you toggle that smart plug. Yeah, so that may not be an issue for some, but that's definitely kind of that's an issue for me. That's definitely an issue for me. Oilers Workshop says, Harry, you look so happy in your blue little corner up there.
Yeah,
he's got his blanket. He's cozy.
Here. I got my blanket. Yeah. I'm in a happy place right now. Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, man. That is what it's all about, dude. CT603 though, good point. It'd be nice if it had a remote, like Jazzy. Sorry, not sorry, but he's right. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
all that money, yes.
Yeah.
For all that money, you would think that they would actually, think of those things, those little small things that would kind of make the experience a bit better, bro. Because right now it's just the experience, that people are having. The problem is you get a piece in hand, you have like all these ideas, you have these crazy ideas on what you want to do with it, you're excited about it, and then you get it in hand and it's like, oh, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the work, not even like it's not even a worry. Even if you got it through Sideshow, it's the hassle of having to send this thing back.
Yeah.
And then wait longer to get it in. You know what I mean? Like it's a headache to have to go through all of that. So I understand what people are talking about.
Well, and for me especially, right? Like as I mentioned, I have all my toolkits ready because for me personally, I want to mod it, right? Like Jay, we have talked about it. I'm crazy like 𝗕𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘, dude. I'm gonna drill through this shit. I'm gonna mod it. I'm gonna put in different lights because it's mine. I don't plan on getting rid of it, so I'm gonna mod my vehicle. Like that's what I want to do, right? Plus, I think it'd be pretty cool. I'll make a video on it. Show people like, hey, look what I did. I'm just tricking out my DeLorean, right? But aside from that, it's like most people aren't gonna do that. And I was gonna do that separate though, not counting the QC issues, right? Let's say my seats are like that. Okay, well you can glue gun it in, you can seal it up. Maybe you can clean off some of the paint speckle if that's, what you want to do. Whatever the point is, right? But I like to tinker with stuff, especially when I know that's a figure or a vehicle that I'm going to keep, right? For sure. So, but a vehicle's a little tricky, right? And oftentimes we have issues where on a lesser degree, right? With figures, we have figures where over time, like our figures may break or, these, some of the pleather fault disintegrates. I've seen sometimes, like wrist, neck pegs, they're busted, things like that. We end up, I don't know about you guys, but like, do you know, actually I should start with Jay on that, man, because do you ever have things like that where your shit's broke and you're trying to figure out, like, do you have any ideas or tips, or have you gone through, processes to like fix your figures? Because it is kind of common in 6 scale.
Yeah. Recently another Back to the Future product. My doc, on his remote, I was doing something and I dropped him. He fell right off his base. And the remote control that he uses to control the DeLorean, the antenna snapped. It's like just snapped.
Mine finally broke. Did I tell you?
It did.
Did I tell you? Because I moved. I had Doc and Marty right here. I moved him over to the basic 80s shelf.
Right.
And his hands don't hold it very well.
They don't.
It felt like 2 inches. It's like, whoop, it just landed on the fucking thing. And I was like, psh. I was like, yours broke, 𝗕𝗏𝗓's broke, so many people's broke. I was like, no, mine's good. Mine's good.
I'm telling you,
I barely breathed on it and it fucking broke. But anyway, go ahead.
No, you're right. And it just, it's, oh God, it's just, for how much we pay for these things, damn it, that could have been diecast. I'm sorry, it really could have been. But yeah, super glue, my best friend, super glue. I've had so much shit that come, you know, that over the years of collecting these, I've just, you know, grown accustomed to some things are going to break. And if it's something easy, like especially like I've had things pop off for Iron Man figures that's not supposed to pop off, and I'm like, okay, let me just fuck with this super glue and just go ahead and just, you know, dab it and we're good. We're back in the game. So that's a common occurrence, and that happens, and that's not a big deal. The problem that I do have is like lights. I famously, well, back in the day, you know, what was the thing to do at the time when I was buying stuff from Toys Wonderland? I bought damn near like all my in-game stuff from Toys Wonderland. But this was the good days. This was like 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
And I bought I think, what was this? I got Iron Patriot, and I got my Iron Patriot. All the lights lit up except the one in the helmet, and I was like, and I was like, now, do I want to go and deal with them and do this whole thing where I got to send it back to them and all this other shit? I was like, well, you know what? I don't keep my Iron Man on lit up anyway, so it's not a big deal. It sucked for doing the review because I didn't have that, you know, his head lit up for the review portion of it. But you know, personally, it wasn't a big deal for me, and I didn't feel like going through the, you know, through the change with that. But yeah, it happens. It happens when you have like over 100 figures, or you know, or 30 or more. You're going to run into this. You're going to run into stuff is going to break. Things are going to deteriorate, and you just have to, you know, be kind of crafty on, you know, what to do. There's places to go to get materials. Like right now, I got Blade for a great price. Shout out to my guy Reviews. But his pants are like disintegrating as we speak. It works because they're black. But you know, I'm looking for some. You know, I use the Mod Podge. Thank you, Desi. I use all that. You know, I use all that stuff to try to keep it together. I'm saying with my Ed 209 with the dome. That's a famous problem having that. Once again with the Mod Podge. So you just you know, you just have to be real crafty and look at you know what's out there. Look at a lot of YouTube. Look at Desi's Crafted.
Yes, of course, Desi.
Thank you.
King Cutter, man. So what's up with the Doomsday Clock down?
Right.
You gonna tell him? You gonna film it on The Secret? Your master plan?
Yeah, I know something you guys don't. Yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, Cuddy.
I thought it was a counter for how many women that actually watch the show. He measures how many are watching him because it goes up. His count continues.
It goes up, man. Hey, I'll tell you, man. I looked at my demographics.
I got another one, and another one,
and another one.
He's cooking them, man. Hey, you know what? But seriously, dude, on this channel, I got 9%. It's 91% of the audience is male, 9% is female. So shout out to the 9%.
Hey, not
those female collectors.
I know Toya's out there. She's watching too. But she watches everything that I'm on, man. So
hell yeah, no, dude.
Shout out to
so there's people. There's you know.
We got Lumi out there too. Luminar, shout out to you.
Definitely. Luminar's in the house.
Yeah, yes.
You know, I want to keep talking about fixing stuff, but Hoth, man, Hoth's Old Time Heroes, man, my dude.
What's going on?
I want to just take a moment, man. I'm going to put a link in the chat, dude, because Hoth, man, has been doing, he started his channel not that long ago, man. Dude, he's almost at 100 subs, dude. If you guys want to go check out Hoth's Hometown Hero, man, he's putting in the work, man. He's putting in the hours.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Hoth, man. Go check him out.
To him.
Good guy.
Shout out to everybody who you know starts their show, has an idea, you stick to it, you start your show, you do your thing, because there's a space for everybody. Absolutely. So definitely shout out to you guys, you know, for coming in and doing your thing.
Absolutely, man. It's what it's all about, man. You know, and having your own identity, bro. It's like
having your own identity, and at the same time, man, just opening your arms and just like kind of just opening yourself up to people, especially like-minded individuals with no malice, you know, no, you know, hidden agendas and stuff like that. That's what it's all about. That's what this community is about. So definitely, and Hoth is a good dude to talk to him all the time. You You know, definitely. I think I need, and I think after the show, I'm gonna talk to him about, because I'm gonna probably talk to him about how Desi's gonna get me that throne, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to know that. So Hoth, we're gonna have that conversation behind the scenes. We'll talk about that. You know what I mean? I'll talk to OG Mando as well. You know, we'll talk about that throne. OG Mando, I'll talk to Desi and see if he'll slide you in one of those thrones when he makes it. Because
Desi's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
It takes some time.
The making of a throne.
Yeah, the making
behind the scenes.
It takes some time, so just give him some time. He's gonna put it together. Everything's gonna work out for ya.
Hell yeah, man. But yeah, anyway, guys, seriously, go check out Hoth's hometown. Again, his links in the I just put it in the chat. Let's get him to 100, man. 100's a good milestone, dude. And you know what? It's cool content. Putting out work, man. That's what it matters. Harry, though, let me ask you, man, because I know you're all comfy and cozy over in your blue little corner over there, but
sleep a little bit,
yeah. So let me ask you, dude, your figures, you do some other stuff though too, right? I mean, you have a 3D printer, so I know there's sometimes if you have issues, you want to fill us in a little bit.
Bring that up. Yeah,
I feel like a 3D printer.
Ah, shit. Yeah. Never mind. No, like, ooh,
no more Desi. Harry now. I think having a 3D printer and knowing some modeling skill can go a really long way. Like, let's say if you break something, that you can just really quick model that, or you can download that, something that someone maybe made, right? You can download that, 3D print that out really quick, paint it yourself, and just super glue it on. You know, so that goes a really long way, I think. And I've done that a few times for like really small things until I found a replacement. For example, my Cody, his little antenna thingy, like that thing completely broke off. Yeah. And I could not find a replacement ever, like anywhere. So I decided, you know what, for the meantime, I'll just 3D print a little thing and I'll put that on there myself until I found a replacement. So yeah, that came in really handy as well.
Wow. So we got a 3D printer. Idea. And then we got a master customized. Oh man, this is a good show. Everybody out there, like straight up, come on, man! Like right here, these two right here. Like right here, right here. There we go. Right here, these two.
Yeah, I know what you're.
Look, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
I know where you're trying to go.
You know where I'm going. Everybody, straight up.
Everybody there. It is resin too, right? Harry?
It is resin. Yep.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. So that's a really good way to do it.
Papa's getting the throne for Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up a good point. Yeah, I might actually look into that. You know, it doesn't seem like that's something that's too complicated to make. So I might look into that.
And you know what? And I know you're working on paints and stuff, man. Shit, dude. You know what I mean? You get something good going like that, man. We'll just tell Desi, here's like 5,000 thrones. Paint them up, bro. Get some weather in, get them
assembly line.
Get an assembly line, go. Full package. That's what I'm talking about. Tag team collaboration, 2-time collaboration. Damn, my bad. I don't know what I got started tonight. You know, don't get hit up. It's not my fault.
Well,
if they get hit up, I didn't tell y'all to do it. I just made a suggestion.
That's what it is. All right, that's fair. But yeah, Desi, so, you know, just to move on, you know, the same topic. I mean, because speaking of, right, because you're always doing stuff. You're creating dioramas. You're doing all sorts of stuff. You got any tips as well? I mean...
well, kind of like what's been said, super glue and Elmer's glue are your best friends when it comes to, right? And then you go into Mod Podge too. It really depends on where you're looking at. You know, if you're talking about pleather that's falling apart, depends on what state it's at. You know, you got your Mod Podge versus protecting it. If something breaks, you're not talking pleather, but plastic. You know, super glue can come a long way. It depends how big it is. If it's a large part, like I'm seeing those DeLorean wheels, you might need to pin it. Pinning means if like you have a clean break between two plastic parts, you got to screw in where the surface where it broke. You got to drill it in, put a wire in it, drill in the other end, and then glue it while inserting. You're basically creating an armature. Think of when somebody breaks their leg and they have to come in and put a pin in it, right? You have to do the same thing because super glue can fail you if it's a heavy part, right? So it's, you know, Elmer's glue, super glue, 2-part epoxy. It really depends on what you're looking at. So there's a lot of different options. You know, paint scuffs on a Batmobile Magic eraser, right? Magic eraser
Yep.
works wonders for paint scuffs. There's so many things that you can do before you consider it, totaled, if you will.
Right, totally, exactly. Where there's some irreparable damage. I mean, like a lot of some of the stuff we have with pleather, just as I mentioned, disintegrates. I mean, at that point, there's not much you can do. It's like you could try to prevent the slowdown, but it's still going to, occur. I would say you can commission it, though, albeit it's a bit pricey. You can find artists out there. 𝗕𝗕𝗧𝗔𝗕𝗘 is one of them. They do great work. I've mentioned them before on the channel. But you're putting in some money because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to people don't really understand. Like, oh, well, you're going to charge this much for a jacket, but it's not even like I can't even wear it. It's like, well, but the process is a lot different in 6th scale, so there are options out there. It may be a little pricey, but
if somebody can find an option for me, I need a replacement jacket for the Age of Ultron Wanda, because that leather jacket cracked. I mean, literally from having it outside the box for about 2 or 3 weeks, it just cracked. Brand new too, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, it's falling completely apart, like literally.
Oh, man.
It is the only figure what I've ran into that issue, so I have to get a brand new red jacket for that figure because it's terrible, literally.
Yeah, that's definitely a production issue. Something didn't go right there, and then after it changed environments there for 2 or 3 weeks, it started cracking.
Literally, bro.
I'll say one thing: being in the desert, I feel like here my figures get preserved. It's almost like they're mummified.
Yep,
Harry, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, okay,
actually perfect. Yeah.
Right. Like I don't really have a lot of issues. Now, sometimes just basic maintenance, wear and tear, depends on how often we pose a specific figure. Sometimes we could, break something or things of that nature, but just like standard like decay, it's almost non-existent in the desert. It's quite interesting. I tell people, I'm like, oh, is this figure with known issues in great condition? And if they're like, yes, I'm like, okay, dude, ship it ASAP, because once it's here, it's like in the sarcophagus. It's like, it's here. All right, I'm good. It's not going to degrade once it's here. It's pretty crazy. Charlie, you're absolutely right, dude. There's a reason why we have the boneyard here in Arizona. We have this huge boneyard of like everything from World War II up of planes, and it's because they're just well preserved here. So it's really cool, man. It's actually really interesting. So with those guys, that's a lot of good tips there, man. Do you have any, Lael? I'm sorry, I didn't ask you.
Tips about what?
Just figure maintenance. If you ever have issues.
The thing is, and Jay knows this. Living over here, East Side, whatever. For us, and I'm in the basement too. So my, again, my the temperature down here never goes above, I'd say 55. Never. Yep. It's always, oh my God, dude!
Hot girl summer.
Hey. What up, bitches?
What up,
you rat fuck, punk ass motherfucking bitches.
Here. Not holding back.
I got my tequila.
Oh yeah, that explains it.
Oh shit!
I got my shot glass.
Oh shit! All right, guys, we are taking super chat donations for Payne to get drunk. Just out there.
We doing
just throwing it out there.
We're doing stripper stuff. Okay.
So
just throwing it out there.
Payne, can I ask you a question, brother? I need to ask you a question. I want to ask you this question personally. All right.
All right, Lael.
Yes.
Lael. $20 a lap dance.
What?
$20 a lap dance. I'm just letting you know up front.
That kind of party.
No, I'm not asking now. I don't want to. Okay.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
What? Who was it? Who was it that convinced you to get into the 6th scale realm? Who was it?
It was a mix, man. I don't really consider myself in the 6th scale realm, so, but it was a mix.
Lately I've been seeing some gems from you, brother. So I'm like, okay, I wanted to ask you that personally myself.
It was Mario, Anthony, Eddie,
Figured that.
Chasen, because he went down at the same time, but he went way deeper than I did. My friend Mike Edmondson. Pretty much everyone we roll with, man. Almost everyone we roll with, just kind of one thing led to another, and then some of these pieces that I've been getting in, like some of them are like older stuff that's a little bit harder to find, but I have friends who are like, "Hey, man, if you want this," and then I'm like, "Ah, fuck," and you know. So I was telling Anthony, like, honestly, this hobby was cheaper when I was just sticking to like J&D and the big stuff.
Got you.
I feel like once I got into 6 kill, I'm ruined.
Oh,
like when I was just buying the really big shit, I feel like I wasn't spending as much money.
Because it's the waiting for like the bigger pieces. Sometimes it takes you a while. You have at least time to plan around those pieces. Whereas with 6 scale, it's like you never know. It can drop at any given time. Plus, if you want to go back and get grail pieces and stuff like that, it's like, oh yeah, I get you, bro.
Or sometimes, like, you know, because at least with like, if I know I'm buying a, you know, like, okay, J&D Wonder Woman, that's like what, 3 and change, right? It's pricey. But I know that I just have to pay the deposit, and I don't have to pay the other 2K until, or 2 point whatever, until probably 6 months from now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, my statue PO list, I've actually gone. You're gonna laugh at this. Ever since I've been buying a few Hot Toys, I have gone through and started to cancel a bunch of my statue orders, things that don't matter to me anymore, because I'm really focusing on just actor likeness and like TV show stuff.
Got you.
So, but when you're doing big stuff with statues, the frequency of when you have to pay on something is not that often. But with figures, the problem that I'm running into, and I'm having I'm not having a hard time, but the problem that I'm like going, what the hell did I do myself, is you're like, oh, there's $200, yeah, fuck it. You know, you don't think about it, you know, you're like, because usually when somebody throws like J&D money, you're like, oh, I need to think about it. It's, you know, it's like 3K. Do I really want this? But when something's like, hey man, here's 200, here's 300, you're like, fuck it. That's like, I'm so used to spending big money. I don't care about the small shit. So I'm like, I say yes to everything. And then after a while, I'm like, wait a minute. I just spent J&D money this month. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
See, I'm sitting up here hoping that nothing drops, and this is a big. I already know I'm setting myself up for failure, right? I'm hoping that nothing on my list that I want drops within the next month, because I have to go to London in April. So I'm trying to save up everything I can before. So I'm like, do I run that risk, or exactly? And I'm like, do I run that risk, or cancel things as they come and just say, you know what, if it's meant to be, I'll get them back again. So it's a rough spot to be in right now, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it absolutely is, dude. And it's funny because, you know, Payne, you're getting into 6 scale and you have statues. A lot of us have been collecting, where even like to where Lael's point is like, shit, if something drops, I have to get it. I have to get it eventually. Like, fortunately for me, you guys know I've sold some of my stuff recently to make room for vehicles, but not all of us do that. Some of us will just keep everything, and that's kind of what I wanted to kind of bring up tonight, man, because
if you need a helping hand with your clutter, Hoarders Express can help. Hoarding affects over 1 million people in America, but Hoarders Express offers compassionate, dependable, and understanding assistance by highly trained professionals in a non-judgmental manner. We help remove, organize, and clean rooms, basements, attics, garages, and entire properties. Call for a free estimate. Put your trust in the Hoarders Express and let the healing begin. Serving your community, we're Hoarders Express, a fully insured company. Your helping hands.
What the hell was that?
That was
my
perfect.
For a minute, I was like, damn, I left the chat. What the hell happened?
No.
Where did that ad come from?
That was a perfect segue.
Wow.
I was looking for the skip button. No, my friend.
Wow.
That is thought my premium subscription ended. Hell yeah, dude.
Wow.
Exactly. I feel attacked, Bob. Well, hey, listen, you know, it brings an interesting point, man, because when is it, if ever, and is it okay, man? When does it really become hoarding, right? Because for me, I feel like that's a genuine concern when collecting.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really do.
It's yeah, bro, and that's, I think that's the problem that a lot of us run into, because you know, especially if you're working on limited space, if you're working with limited space, you know what I mean? It's just like, luckily enough, you know, there is a basement. I would hate to be in a space where there was no basement, no attic, you know, no separate option for you, because then if you're living within a home, yeah, you run into an issue when it comes to hoarding, when it's you know, especially dealing with this thing we love, you know, when it comes to collecting, you know what I mean? So it's a tough situation. And on top of that, if you, because a lot of us, we always say that we collect pieces that we're well connected to, and we love those pieces. So it's hard to let things go that you love when you know, especially there are other things that are coming. So it's really, really hard to think about that. Like, I mean, even like, you know, and one of the biggest things for a lot of people is like the art boxes and the shipper. Well, I know a lot of people who basically say, oh yeah, I get rid of my art boxes, I get rid of my shippers. But what happens if you sell that piece off? Like, you want to have that stuff secured. At least I'd keep my shippers, because then I don't have to worry about buying another shipper for a figure, or going through that issue where you pack it a certain way and it just devalues that figure. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's tricky, man. Like this, you do run into a situation where it becomes hoarding, and then you have to always refigure things. And okay, now let me just kind of display things totally differently from the way I would normally use it. It's tough. It's definitely tough, because what we see in front of us visually is the displays. So we see all of our displays. It looks nice, this, that, and the third, but you don't see my other room. You don't see what it looks like. You don't see the whole bunch of boxes that I got there for figures that I still haven't gone through yet, because I just don't have the time to put out these videos and do certain things. It's rough, man. It's rough.
Yeah. You know, go ahead, Desi. Were you about to say something?
I was going to say, for me, I have personally like 4 steps to know if I'm personally hoarding, right? And they go in order, right? So one is, and I wrote these down before the show, is if I run out of reasonable space, right? And that could be for anything, whether you're collecting toys, watches, cars. If you run out of reasonable space, and that is subjective, right? That is whatever you find reasonable. Then after number 1, which is you run out of reasonable space, you keep collecting. You're still not a hoarder, but that's step 2. After you've run out of reasonable space, you keep collecting. Step 3 is you've run out of reasonable space, you're still collecting, but now you're not enjoying a portion or experiencing a portion of your collection.
That's right.
That's step 3. You're still okay. But step 4 is the kicker. Step 4 is you've gone through all 3, run out of space, you're still collecting, you're not enjoying your collection, and at 4, you're like, this is fine. You're a hoarder. Like, because you're like, at that point, you're not, you've got your detolfs or whatever you have is full of stuff. They're overpacked. Your display boxes are in front of your detolfs. You can't even see what's in your detolf because you don't have room to put the box. You're not enjoying anything, and you're like, this is okay. It's like, you might have a problem.
That really, that's mine. You've broken it down, man. You've given it a lot of thought.
Yeah, I have, because I was like, I never got that bad, but I could see myself getting there. So I was like, let me set up these rules for myself, and that's just for me, you know. So
no, that's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good,
bro.
Yeah.
You know, Jay. You know, before I get to you, I kind of want to ask Payne's thought on this, just because, you know, with Payne, you still do have a lot of statues, and getting in now to 6th scale, it's a big mix. But it sounds like you may have a hand on it because you're going for actor likeness.
Well, that's the thing. I for the longest time, I collect only the big statues, right? And I never liked Hot Toys because I just find I you know, part of me still I feel less of it more. But at the beginning, I was like, I'm not buying a fucking Barbie. But then now that I, you know, start doing, like, I'm like you, I'm a photographer, so now that I start doing pictures, I'm like, all right, they're kind of cool.
They are,
but the thing for me, because I still feel, even though I have like, I don't know, 10 of them on the way, I still feel that they're too small for me. Like, personally, they're still too small. Even with like the Dio bases, they're still too small, because I'm used to, like, I mean, look at that fucking giant Optimus Prime over there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or look, I mean, like right back
Batman
there,
too.
I've got
Yeah.
1/4 Hulkbuster plus all of the Avengers,
Mm-hmm.
or not all, but I'm building up all the Avengers, and then there's
That
Big
looks-
Falcon back there.
Looks
That's so
great.
sick looking.
That looks great.
Ooh, that does
Yeah,
look
so
great,
once I
bro.
put the pedestal up, it's gonna look even more like it's gonna look really dope.
Mhm.
But like this is where I'm usually at, right? And so for me, in the last 2 months, I think it's a mixture of different things, man. I had a lot of big stuff. I boxed up like half of my collection for sale because I realized I care about my living space more than I care about boxes and the hobby.
There you go.
I don't care about this hobby enough to waste my life on boxes. So I decided, okay, what are the statues that I really like? And I really only care about the movie and TV show stuff, accurate representation. So if that's the case, then everything else can go, you know? So like the Transformers are going, well, except for Optimus Prime, but the Transformers are going, a bunch of comic pieces are going, even some anime pieces are going, just to get all the big boxes out, because I still got about 20, after all said and done, I still have on my PO list on big statues, I still have about 25 on my incoming PO. So that means I'm pre-selling everything to make room for the stuff that's coming in, and then once I evaluate the space balance, I'll basically buy, sell. But then as far as the figures go, I kind of have narrowed down to what I like, and I'm just sticking with just those few things. So it's mostly diecast. Goddamn, diecast got me good. Goddamn diecast. Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's I know, right? Because I mean, we were all that way. Like I think everybody in the chat too. Actual 170 in the chat, man. Hit that like button. Hit that sub.
Hey.
Links are
Drink a
here.
shot
Yes,
with me.
cheers. Take a shot
a
with
shot with
Payne
me.
if you guys are having your drinks tonight. Everybody's link is in the description below, man. I encourage you to subscribe to everybody here if you have not already. But point is space is obviously an issue.
Yeah.
Harry, my man, I know space is definitely an issue for you. I don't know if
Yeah.
realistically,
Hopefully
Harry's in a
not
little
for long.
box. What you see is where he is. He's the reason he has a blanket on is because that's where he sleeps.
Yeah, this is where I sleep. This is where
He's in a nice little 20 square foot
shower,
spot.
actually. This is where I brush my teeth. Yeah.
But no, I kid, of course. But I know space is a problem. So how do you feel about that? Do you still just grab shit because you're like, well, maybe later I'll have more space? Or
Yeah, so for me, that's the case right now because I know I'm gonna move pretty soon and I know I'm gonna have space. So at the moment, it's like if I want something, I'm still gonna get it. I probably won't display anything. They'll sit in boxes, but I know at some point they'll be out. So I can justify it that way for now, just because I know that it's only temporary.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's true because you are going soon, but you're in the same position. So Payne takes photos, I take photos, you take fucking amazing photos. That's part of the reason there too, right? Is like you're like, well, shit, I want this figure. Not only because I'm a collect, but you want to do photos with it. So then it becomes.
I need them to be able to do what I need them to do, right? So statues they look cool, but not ideal, right? Because then I want to do a different scene, different poses. That's necessary, right? So that's why I tend to go for 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Plus, you know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun taking the shots, and it gives us. At the end of the day, I know it sounds kind of crazy, guys. I don't even want to say it that way, but like, there's times, I'm sure Harry, you've done it too, where like we'll have figures, and we're like, you know what? They're not that big, and we're not posing them right now, and I'll just have them kind of laying on each other, sort of. They're like here on the desk, right? Because I'm gonna pick them up soon. I'm gonna take some photos with them. So it feels like you're like. Right, I'm sure you do. I've got, here. Like, I've got a couple laying right next to me too.
Pick them up. I can like play around with him really quick, you know.
Yep. So it's tough, dude. The big problem for me is that I also am in a position, not so much. I wouldn't say I'm a hoarder. That's how we all start, right? It's fucking denial,
you have to
right?
Say that.
I have to prefacing that, but only recently my roommate decided to get a storage unit for other reasons. Right, so I was like, sure, I'll pitch in. You know, it's a pretty big storage unit, and all my boxes went in there. I was like, fuck it, I don't want them in here. You know, empty boxes, but you know, I didn't actively go out to get a unit, but because he did, and there's plenty of space, I was like, cool. But I think boxes are a little different, right? So for some weird reason, it's hard to let go. I mean, unless I've had it for like 10 years and I know I'm like the DeLorean, you know, I'm gonna throw away the box. I'm not gonna need it. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna mod it. I'm gonna have it. That's something a little different, but sometimes it's difficult, man. So Jay, I'm wondering with you, bro, like, is you got a shitload of stuff too, man. This is like Lale said, this isn't just what you have on screen. No. There's a whole nother room out there. And I have like a area in my basement which should be like a laundry room. We actually use it for our storage facility. So it's kind of like a storage facility built inside of our house right now. I think Desi and Payne and Harry came up with a lot of good, you know, suggestions, especially with Desi. Space, reasonable space is a real thing. When I was collecting, I lived in an apartment. You can actually look at the very first video I put on a brother and cousin's channel, and it was my collection tour. And it was in my bedroom. And I remember I had friends come over and they were like, "Wow, this looks like this looks like a mini museum, but it's just enough." And I mean, especially when I put my DeLorean in there, the first DeLorean, I put it in there, and I remember I had my TV over top of this cube right here. It was one cube, and I had my TV over top of it. It looked cool, it looked sick, but that was it. And I think I had maybe 3 DTOFs on each side of it, which was like 6 DTOFs. That was it. That was my collection. Then we moved here in 2019, and I was giddy about it because I was like, okay, I could really stretch it out. And you'd be amazed how this collection has grown since then. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I have to really, I'm also a person where I don't like to have a lot of stuff just all around me. I feel consumed. I get claustrophobic in a way. It was that way. I've been collecting for years. It was that way when I was collecting McFarlane. I had my whole room at one point looked like, I remember I had a friend that came over and they were like, "Damn, your room looks like a music studio. It looks like a comic book store with a music studio inside of it," which sounds great. But imagine living like that and then dating. And what do you tell women when you bring them to your house? They're like, "Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
you ain't never getting laid down."
Nah.
You bring home 6 figures a month, okay? That's what.
Right.
Especially with that fucking frightening doll behind you. Anyway, just, no, of course. No, you're right.
Even when my wife saw the other DeLorean, she was like, "Okay, I feel this is enough. You have duplicates of vehicles now. What the hell?" You know. So
yeah, I know that conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get into that conversation too, guys. But real quick though, man, shout out, dude, to Ray, man, Hawkworth Toys, man. $20 super chat, man, dude. Thank you so much, man. I think maybe you're trying to say 165 in here, only 76 likes. Yeah, if I refresh this page, let's see what these likes are at, because man, that helps, man. Yeah, 79 likes, guys. Let's hit that button. These guys are killing it tonight, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much, Ray, dude. I also want to give a shout out to Calvin, my man, hanging out with Mario. I think are you guys in TJ yet? If you're taking a break from TJ to say hi, man, then my hat is off to you, man. But
yeah,
taking a break,
TJ, they gotta go.
What's up?
They're gonna do their thing. I'm just saying.
They're gonna be doing their thing in TJ, man. So I appreciate it, man. Appreciate
it's
you
my
stopping
kind of
by
party.
and saying what's up. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I think it's
my kind of a party, and I love those parties.
Hell yeah. So dude, that's badass, man. Say what's up to Mario. That's why you couldn't be here tonight, guys. They're off doing their thing right now. Yeah, Ion Box Tech, man, what's good? My man says this panel's awesome. Thank you. I can admit I'm a hoarder according to my wife. Yeah, it's a tough, you know, I think we all try, right, through our collecting journeys, or journey, because I don't think it really ever ends, that we try to make do with what we have. We try to accommodate it. I think eventually, like Desi, you brought up some great points, man. You got a 4-step fucking but you're right though. Like you're right. You know, eventually when you get to the point where you're like, I no longer care if I can walk through my hallway or whatever the case is, there's an issue. You know, and of course, you know, the box situation. We all do that. I think we all, I don't know if it's like a subconscious thing where we all hold on to those boxes for those just in case moments, right? If we're like, well, maybe I'll sell this someday. You never know. And so you want to kind of hold that box just for, you know, this kind of like a safety net, you know, little security blanket of sorts. You're like, well, shit, if I get rid of these, at least I know that I have these boxes. I can pack everything up, whatever. And that's what's really damn tough, man.
See, for you guys, like if you were primarily a statue person, you have to hold on to those boxes. Not only for resale, because nobody wants to buy the statue from you if you don't have the box, but also if you move or whatever, there's no way that you can safely bubble wrap your stuff and move and have it not all arrive shattered. And we're talking like, you know, $2,000 a pop and 40 statues. That's $80K right there. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
So,
we don't do math here, by the way, Payne.
But I gotta say, I gotta give you guys figure collectors a big like hat tip, because fucking, you know, I'm shooting reviews, and fucking figure reviews take forever because you have to account for the posing time and all that shit. And meanwhile, statues, I was like, slap it up, take the picture, shoot my B-roll that I want, and I'm done. I can prioritize my day and go, I'm budgeting an hour and a half to do this stupid thing, and then I gotta go on with my life. Fucking figure thing, like, I spent an hour posing my Mark 47 yesterday because I was like, oh, that one little thing that I gotta get that angle just right, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Struggle is real.
And not only that, bro, it's also presentation, right? Where you're like, oh, I may need to use a lint roller. I want to clean this off a little bit. The head needs to be tilted just right so it's natural. Oh, the pouch is a little crooked. Let me get that. And Harry, you know too, because if we're taking photos, you're like, everything's got to be,
every little millimeter counts.
Well, I'm gonna say this: rooted hair on J&D makes perfect sense. Rooted hair on 6 scale, fuck you.
It can
You're
be
wasting my time.
It can be tough, bro. It really can, dude. And you know, that's another thing, like with Lael, dude, bro, like, because you know me, I mean, even, you know, like myself, Payne, Harry, you know, we'll do photos and stuff, but I haven't been doing a lot of those videos, to Payne's point, among a few other reasons. But not only is it time consuming, but like it's a payoff, man, because like when you do yours, you do your take your position solo shows, right, where you're just showing off just various poses of, you know, X figure per video. That's a lot of work, bro.
It is.
But it's
a lot of work. It's a lot of work to basically do it because you're, again, you know, the natural shots, or here's the thing, bro. I don't like to edit my photos where I'm editing out the stand, because I think you need to see how it's posed. You need to see how that stand is beneficial. So when people edit it out, to me, I think it's just like, I mean, it's not nothing against them, but it's just that if you're showing a person how to pose, they want to see how you're doing it on that stand and how it works. So I'd rather show you how it works. You know what I mean? So you can see it that way. And a lot of times, like I said, it's a hassle doing it, but at the same time, it's giving you more ideas, putting it in the natural pose, making sure that everything is, you know, just tweaked the right way, you know, to give you more, you know, realism. You know, so that's part of it. And then you got to edit the actual video. You have so many different videos that you have in the one, you got to edit all that. So it is a headache. And that's why I try, you know, I was trying to put out like 3 at a time, 3 every week, you know, every weekend, just to get them out, to say I'm done. But it's a hassle because we have other things that we have to do. It's not like a statue where it's already posed. You take a few shots, 2 videos, you're good. But this is just like getting so many different unique poses and just giving people more ideas. If you're going from just, you know, natural museum poses or character poses, you know what I mean? If you're trying to get more of a dynamic pose, and then if you're getting a flight pose, and if you have companion pieces, if you want to throw those in it, if you're getting different angles. So if straight up shot, you get a chance to see it, but you got to, if you want the realism, you got to kind of experiment with where you get your angles to kind of make it look real. So it's a lot that goes into it, man, and it's a headache. But you know, if for the love of it, because I don't do reviews, I stopped doing reviews a long time ago. I leave that to those that are good with it. I just do the poses, and that's it. Well, I don't have to talk about it. I can just play some music, pose the figure, and be done with it. That's it. Introduction, pose, music, cue out. We're done.
And it's sick though too, right? Because people want to see poses anyway.
Yeah.
And like you said, just showing it like as is, right? Whereas someone like myself or Harry, we'll remove the flight stands or the this and that, but only because it's different. It's a different style, right? We're just doing more.
It's different,
cinematic.
We're showing, versus where Lael's like, hey, you know what? These are the poses I can, because that's what you're doing. They're showing the pose. So I totally respect it. Like you show everything because that's what everybody's gonna have. That's what that's what they need when they're gonna do it for themselves. But but Payne,
I want to jump in real quick. In my defense, I don't really do reviews because the review portion of my video is really me going, "This is fucking stupid. Who designed this? I'm a shut up. This is which fucking moron did like what the fuck?" And then after that, I'll do the pose. So in all fairness, my review is more like, "Fuck this, fuck you, fuck hot toys." So, but Leo brings up a good point. Leo brings up a really good point. The heavy Mando hot toy, they show you the pictures of all in flight poses. Motherfucker, there is no way you can flight pose on that stupid stand they gave you. It's like false advertising right there. And I sat there for like 20 minutes trying. I messaged Anthony, hey, I can't get this flight pose to work, and then he's like, it was never supposed to work. I'm like, son of a fucking bitch.
like you can try, right? You can play with the balance, but it's like it's a headache. It's a headache,
it's never
it is a headache, and that's why the stands that actually come with the figure, sometimes I'll swap them out for like I'll purchase these more dynamic sturdy stands if I want to get those flight poses, if I want to get those dynamic flight poses, especially with the heavy Mando, even with an Iron Man figure, you know what I mean? It can be hectic. But it's better to showcase how it's done with the stand so people know how to do it, and how it works, and that you don't always have to use the typical crotch grabber a certain way, just using it, just having the crotch, you don't have to always utilize it that way. There's different ways to kind of utilize it, so if you can just kind of play around with it and pull off certain poses and angles, it works. So
no,
it's just a headache,
right, man.
It's just a headache. It's just a headache.
And that's what irritated me too, because let's see what you got there.
So I took the heavy Mando stand, put on Anakin, and then put the cross grabber around his leg so you can't see it.
Exactly.
And then use the foot to balance against the pole, and then I can get this pose, which otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get. But But
definitely, bro.
It's just fucking false advertising, man. These production pictures that they show you. I mean, you guys are veterans, so you know how this shit works. I'm new, so I'm just going like, what the fuck, motherfucker? Son of a bitch. Fuck you.
Right. It's like imagining when you asked, and that's a totally perfectly reasonable question to ask, especially as you're saying, as you're getting new into 6 scale, and a lot of people have already asked us, and I don't really touch on it too much, but like the new Ahsoka, right? People are like, well, shit, does her lightsabers light up? It's like, no, they don't. They don't. It's it's doctored, lightsabers in the solicitation shots, or the final, you know what I mean? So it's always, some people don't know, and it sucks because you'll see stuff like that, or you see these flight poses and you're like, oh, that's freaking cool, and then you get it and you're like, wait a minute,
and can't let you do that.
And the biggest disappointment, I think, for a lot of people is, we talk about this, whereas, is it a true DX? We've been talking about that for like about a week now, Jay. Is it a true DX? But I will tell you, there is hope. If you want a true DX, if you want your figure to look like it is a true DX, all you have to do, and I want you to listen close, is replace that base and hit up Desi. Hit up Desi.
I felt it.
You felt it. You felt it. Whenever I'm prep, if it's prep work, it's either going to be you. And now that I know that somebody actually can do 3D printing, it's going to go that route as well. Thank you, Mafia. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your participation. There you go. There you go.
Yes, thank you guys for your patronage.
Bases. You can make custom like diorama bases.
Yeah, sometimes I could. Yeah.
We've opened up the door.
Sometimes.
The gears are turning, man. The gears are turning.
God damn it. Why do I come on these streams? God damn it. Now I'm going to spend more money.
I may or may not have a channel.
Guys, if you haven't known, go.
I told you.
Yes.
Desi.
Ragabound Chris, my man, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, man. Very much. He says, how many started with 12 scale? It's a bit of a different mentality with posing, and I approach my 6 scale figures posing as if it were a Marvel Legends. If it can't balance, the pose doesn't work, in my opinion. Well, thank you so much, my man, for the super chat, and that is a good question, man, because I totally get that. With 12 scale, typically they don't really have stands. Some may have changed over the years. They're, you know, they're doing some other stuff nowadays, but or they would have pegs, right, in the stands, right? So they're also lighter though, right? So I get that you can get a lot of standing poses without anything, but that's interesting if you're doing the same approach, because man, sometimes I tried doing this with 6 scale. For the longest time myself, I didn't use bases. I never used them, and I would like to achieve those, but then I would use like blue tack or something as well on the bottom of the feet. If I just was like, I can get this pose to work, but it just needs a little, you know what I mean? Just a little help, a little support. But problem is like either myself or roommate or somebody would like bump into my fucking cabinets. You know, or in my case, I got the Velcro on it, so if I pull this thing and then everything would just topple, and you're just like, nope. So I'm using stands for that. But that's interesting, man. That's a good way of going about it too, man. Oh, you said museum gel on the feet blows blue tack onto the water. All right. Well, I haven't tried museum gel, but maybe I will, man, for stuff like that. Bob Dylan, my man, what's so good, dude? He says Ahsoka's fake sabers remind me of the Buzz Lightyear commercial, not a flying toy. Yeah, dude. But you know, we've been in it for a while, so we know, right? We're like, oh yeah, well, that's not gonna, you know, that's not gonna work, or that doesn't have light up functions. But you know, coming into it new, yeah, there's a lot of questions for people.
Why does Ahsoka's lightsabers not light up, but Anakin does?
So Ahsoka is like a silicone body, right? She's got the seamless arms.
No, that makes
Whereas
sense.
I'm sure you remember, probably, you know, your Anakin has a detachable arm.
Yeah, it took an hour to detach that fucking thing too.
It can be frustrating, man. Yeah. So for her, no. However, I don't know why they did not do USB.
USB light up, yeah.
You know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they got to that point. I think she was probably already through production before they started saying, hey, you know, we're going to start doing USB lightsabers. And they're not going to go backward, right? Because Desi, you understand that. Like the production's already gone. They're not going to.
They've already they already did all the financial budgeting and everything, like
the mold and everything. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was not accounted for. So
no. But you know, I want to kind of bring into this last topic tonight, and then of course, you know, we'll shoot the shit on other things too. But because of that, right, we're talking about this hoarding. That also kind of leads into an addiction, right? Because I know we're all kind of addicts at some capacity, right? I mean, we are. And
hey, look, man, if I'm not blowing money on this, I'm definitely doing it cocaine and hookers. So
that's perfect. That's perfect because that brings me.
So I'm telling you right now, either way, I'm out of money.
So. Cocaine, hookers, hot toys, statues.
At Passages Malibu, we treat and heal the underlying causes of addiction so you can live a healthy, addiction-free life. This is not a 12-step program. I should know. I was an addict for 10 years. Now I'm not.
I was mute. Oh shit, I'm frozen. Oh no, he's frozen. Come back here so I can yell at you. Son of a bitch. Oh,
well, alrighty then.
I don't know why that was.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep my mouth shut then.
Yeah. I was an addict for 10 years. Wow. Now I'm not.
I was going to say they're really nice at that Malibu place. Not that I would know directly.
Yo.
Oh, there he is.
You know what just happened, guys? You know what just happened?
What's that?
They did not like me shedding light. somebody shut me
You got
down.
silence. Yeah, you got silence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's what happens, man.
we're bringing up addiction, and somebody was like,
I
"You
was
shut
just-
this man up."
I was just telling you, I feel attacked because I stopped doing Malibu. I switched to tequila.
Oh,
Attacked.
so you replaced one addiction with the other.
Hey, you know what? I love hookers and I love tits. Okay.
Hey, who don't? Who don't,
Hey.
man? No, I mean, let's be real. But I mean,
Yeah.
dude, this is what I'm talking about, though, right? This is kind of like where we're kind of in, like the world that we're in. There is an addiction there, and fortunately for me, in my current state of mind and life, I'm not responsible for anybody or have anything in there. Whereas, like we talk about all the time, Jay, you know,
Yeah.
Leo, even, you know, Desi. I mean, how do we manage, right? Like, because I've been down that road before too, like in the past, and it's like you kind of have to feel like you have to make sacrifices, or how do other people or significant others, you know, partners, whatever, roommates, people in your life, like, how do you deal with that, right? Because some people
I'm selling
like,
half my collection.
is that what it is? I mean,
That's why I'm selling half of my collection. Things that I never thought I'd be selling.
Oof.
It's okay. I don't really give a shit.
yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Yep.
I'm not attached to these things, so I don't really care.
At that point, yeah.
Well, unless J&D Harley, I'm never selling that. You can, you know, cut my cock off first. Well, don't do that.
right. So that one's
Oh,
staying.
sorry, I
That's
didn't
a-
mean to demonetize you. Shit.
No,
Let me
you're
shut up
fine,
now.
dude. We're deep into the stream, so we're good.
Okay.
That's usually how that works. No, but I mean, I'm really curious about that, man, because I mean, even like Jay, like we've talked about it. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, there's pros and cons, but like if you were alone, whatever, or you had no responsibilities, right?
Yeah.
The collection would be way bigger.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. But I think even then, I would get to the point like, damn, I got all these figures, but I ain't got no woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That
So
would
there's
hurt.
this.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be with me. For me to, this is just me, to enjoy these other areas of my life, I gotta kind of be happy with. It has to be. There's a balance, as all things should be, right? You need that balance where you need a social circle, you need friends, you need to go out to a movie, you need to go on vacations, you need to do all that stuff. You're just, you know, and it was easy because think about it, we lived in COVID and kind of still are, but most of us behind, but for like 3 years we were kind of like just home, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people became collectors during those times just to cope with, you know, shit that was going out there in the world. So yeah, it that happened, but now that things are opening up and we're going back to normal, I think it's important to have that balance, of going out to good dinners, buying nice clothes, going on trips, and doing all that stuff, because then that makes this even sweeter. Coming back home to it, sweeter. Just be there and just collect, because like anything, it becomes, you know, passe. It's just like, oh, I got another box in today. Okay. You know, sometimes it's good to go to work and then come home knowing that, oh, I got a figure coming. Oh, FedEx is sending me something. I come home. It gives you something to look forward to than just the, you know, receiving. And, you know, that's just me though. And, you know, people could be different about that. But yeah,
No, I mean, that's a good point, right? Because you can get kind of like so zoned into it that's like all you're into, and either you're alone and life passes you by, or you have a situation, you know, whether it's family, whatever, or somebody in your life, but they don't understand.
Yeah.
Right. Like even to a point like Lale, I mean, you know, Toya's freaking awesome, but does she have that same level as you, or does she just know, well, this is what you love, so I'm in it and I'm supportive? You know what I'm saying?
It's different for her, bro, because like I said, you got to understand it's different in the sense that I wouldn't be here with you guys streaming if it wasn't for her. Literally.
Wow.
She was the one who came into my home when we first met, saw my collection, saw my passion for it, watch me light up my detox, watch me think about, you know, posing and, you know, certain things like that. She watched in awe, and the first thing that she told me is, you should start doing reviews. You're capable of doing the things that you see and you see other people doing. Why don't you start doing it yourself? So I started doing reviews. Then I got invited, you know, just through Facebook and, doing, just being a part of like the, sideshow group and other groups and stuff like that. You know, people noticed me, and, I got noticed by, PJ, and, he was like, hey, why don't you come on? Shout out to PJ, because he was the one who gave me my first start at streaming. So I have to give him a shout out, as always. Paradox Nerd. So I got a chance to be on with him, met everybody else.
Yeah, PJ's good people. He's cool.
Yeah, and then after that, she told me, well, why don't you just start your own channel? Dive back into your channel. You were doing reviews, but you stopped. Why don't you get back into what you love? And then, I was like, all right, cool. I can, focus on that. I have enough courage to do so. And then I got into that, shout out to Oxfather over there at Collecting Weekly for helping me out with the audio. It was definitely a blessing to have him, in my corner. And, this thing, the reason why I don't, having her, having someone like her who's been a part of my life, who's been, hell, she was, one of the prized possessions for me was, she got me the throne, the Black Panther throne. That was the first piece that she bought me. I will never get rid of that because it is, sacred to me. She's the one who basically got me she got me Thanos. She got me the armor Thanos. She got me, one of my Batman statues. Like, she's been so instrumental in my collecting journey. And she's been so instrumental in me doing the things that I do, that it doesn't become one of those things where it's an addiction when you have someone to share it with. But at the same time, it's not if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have met all you guys. We wouldn't have these conversations. We back and forth. What we do, we look at it as more than just a hobby. It's an art form. It's something that we love. It's something that we're able to share with others, as long as it's in a comfortable space, as long as there's no drama, as long as we don't have people backbiting. When we basically do that, that's when we look at it as an addiction. That's when we see the problems in these things, because it's like, yo, I'm spending money on this, because it gets uncomfortable, at that point, when there's a whole bunch of drama in the LBC. I'm just playing. When there's a whole bunch of basically drama out there, it seriously gets uncomfortable. But when you have, a space to share it with individuals who are like-minded, who are just, extremely talented, gifted in what they actually do, and they're welcoming, then you don't look at it as an addiction. It's an art form. It's a hobby. You're able to balance things out. So when I have that, I don't look at any of this as being addictive to, because there's much worse things out there we could be addicted to, bro. Like, literally, this right here, and you can spend more money on those things. But this, I think, can be controlled in the long run, because you'll know when to say no if there's a certain piece that you don't want. So it's all about having the right person in your life, surrounding yourself around like-minded individuals who share the same ideas, and just valuing the art form. And it doesn't look like an addiction at that point. So
I have to jump in. Because you know what, Lael, I want to give a shout out to you, Lael, because Lael brought me on into his streams early on. And not only that, but I appreciate Lael, because Lael's always been very positive about this hobby. Now I don't know much about your sixth skill community. I think there's some drama, but our statue community, there are some fucktards that I'm gonna fucking stick my cock out and slap it in their face and shove it in their ear and remind them who's their fucking daddy. There is a bunch of fucktards that piss me the fuck off. And the only reason I am the way that I am, especially when you see me on camera, you see all you see is this drunk son of a bitch who talks a lot of shit and drinks out loud. But what you don't understand is there's a reason for the madness. The reason is because there are so many toxic fucks who take this shit so seriously and are such fucking gatekeepy cunt-ass bastards about it. And they love being keyboard warriors, except that because it's the internet, nobody's ever fucking checked you. Okay? I don't go to my fucking drug dealer and run my mouth because the guy is packing and he'll cut my shit up and I'll get fucking dead. I don't do that. It's like, no common sense. How do you not understand? You don't go to a dealer and go cuss him out and expect your cocaine to be clean.
What the fuck is wrong with you? These assholes in this keyboard warrior community, especially in the statue world, talk all this shit and no one's ever fucking take their face and smash it through a glass wall and remind them that actions and your fucking words have consequences.
Yeah.
These fucking pieces of shit. But I'm going to digress because what I'm trying to say is 𝗕𝗘 has been really positive. And he's the one, like, he's one of the few people besides you, Anthony, who have actually, like, helped me see that not everybody is a fucking piece of shit that I need to cut their fucking head off with my katana. There's so much negativity and so much people that I want to take my cock out and jizz on their face to remind them who's boss. But there's some good people left too.
Pain. There's a lot of that in this community as well, bro. Yo, it's in the six community, it's six scale community. There's a lot of it, bro. I mean, and we go through it. Trust me, all of us go through it every damn week. There is always something. So basically, to balance out the negative, I always surround myself around the positive because I look at these people. But it's, you have to also understand that there's a reason why that negative exists, because it's there for you to see those individuals for who they really are, and then say, you know what? Now I know who I need to stay away from. And sometimes it could be a rude awakening. It can, but sometimes it's a good rude awakening because then it opens up that door for something else. You know basically the truth. Sometimes, again, it's like taking that red pill. You know the truth. You know the truth. You know basically what you need to know. So, again, I mean, that's what I welcome, and that's what I try to welcome. Look, none of us are perfect. We learn. We're learning as we go. But I think that, again, you guys, being around that positive, people out in the chat that I know, people that I talk to on a daily basis, that's what it's all about. So they weed out all the bullshit. And trust me, this past week, the past 2 weeks, I have gone through some bullshit, but I still think I've come out on top because I'm still surrounded by you guys. So that's what it's all about.
Hey, that's, I feel like Harry feels personally attacked here. What'd you do to piss everybody off? Is it the blanket? Is it the doomsday clock?
Yep, it's everything here.
It's Harry, man, I love you, man. Oh my god, no, but you're right, man. You guys are both right, dude. Payne just says it. I'm thinking it, but you say it, because it's supposed to be for fun. Like,
that's what it's supposed to be about, bro. It's supposed to be fun. That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? I joke around with, everybody. I joke around with Desi, but he does amazing effing work. Like, literally, hands down. Cinematographer. Yo, bro, your shit is incredible. You know what I mean? Thank you. Mafia, your shit's incredible. Good Morning Grails is my favorite show of all time. Literally, I am there every damn Tuesday.
Thank you, brother.
Every fucking Tuesday, because I need to see that shit. You know what I mean? It's therapeutic. What we do is very therapeutic. But when people drip that bullshit in there, bro, when it's always that negative energy, and people do it sometimes because they have a negative agenda. When you see that, it's just like, nah, bro. I need to kind of step back and just readjust, reassess, and know who I should keep around me. So
no, you're right. And I don't want to segue off of this, but I'm going to anyway, just for a second, dude, because you bring it up, man. For you guys in the chat, man, go hit up Harry. He's not doing YouTube right now, but cinematographer on Instagram. I'm always pushing Harry. I'm giving you a 30-second plug, man, because all the shit he does is just incredible shots,
incredible realism.
Thank you.
Yes.
Like I said, when I first seen his stuff, I was like, why is this dude just taking movie stills and putting them
These are all figures.
Figures, bro.
Incredible.
Amazing work.
Harry's the man.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it, guys.
Of course, bro. Of course, man.
Work, bro. Amazing work, man.
Yeah. So I'm putting a link in the chat right now for you guys, man. Go check out Harry, man. Because some people don't know. Some people don't know, man. Some people in the chat know, but Harry's dope, bro. And that's what it is. We're all about fucking lifting each other, man. Lift each other up, man. We're a couple super chats real quick. Bob Dylan with $2, man. Thanks so much. Says please. Paint spitting facts, man. Appreciate it, brother. And Replica Pro Collector, my man. Thank you so much. It says a red box of popcorn. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, we'll call it how it is sometimes. I feel like we just lost Harry.
Did we? He probably just stepped out to cry a little bit, bro.
Maybe cry a little bit, or
yeah, I mean,
like,
probably get them to wipe his face off because he just, you know,
he's like, thanks for the followers.
Yeah, man.
Oh fuck. He'll probably be right back, man. Yeah, guys, dude, exactly, man. Please, guys, go check out Harry, man. Yeah, he's dope, man, and he's a good guy. He's a good dude. He's helped me out a lot as well, and he's just badass in the community. Everybody here, man. Seriously, Desi, I know you haven't really been doing too much, but.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I've been a little busy with work, which is a good thing, right? But you know, usually what I'd like to say is, look, we've got some awesome, and you've been saying it, content creators here. Dude. I mean, just the sense of community and the sense of, we were just talking about having life balance, and I was going to say the key to that, and 𝗕𝗘, you touched on this, right? Is ensuring that you have a social life. Make sure that you go out there, you're able to talk to, even if you're just within the hobby, at least talk to other people. Make friends, and you've got content creators here putting stuff out that's amazing work, amazing content. What I'm trying to say here is, go subscribe, go watch your stuff, you know, become friends, join communities, right? Be empathetic. You know, we're all going to have different opinions, try to see the other way, you know, have some patience. Harder, you know, easier said than done, but get out there, you know, make sure you have a social life to balance that out.
Definitely.
Very true, man. Absolutely. That is very true. Harry, what happened, dude? You got your followers?
Yeah, I'm not
and
really
dips?
sure. I think the YouTube police just don't like us today or something.
It's something, man. No, my browser.
Give me a plug, and they're like, nope. No plug.
They're like, nope. Hey, listen, you got a lot of people in the chat, man, that had no idea, bro. Your pictures are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing following Harry
guys.
now. I mean, yeah, guys. I always gotta help, dude. Harry, man. Yeah, you don't need help, but exposure, man. People may not know.
Yeah.
Your shit's banging, dude.
Harry, is your shit? Is everything in camera, or you have a little bit of post processing?
There's a little bit of post, but mostly everything in camera. The background and everything that's on a monitor, so everything in camera.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, but
beautiful
like just
work,
like
beautiful.
Light effects and stuff like that, or like some dust particles, that's usually in post. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. No, shit's dope, dude. But I do have a couple super chats real quick. OG Mando, man, thank you so much for the $5, man. He says, we all work in the 6 scale community is getting away from work. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So we all have jobs essentially. And the 6 scale community is a way to get away from work.
Yep.
Let's respect each other and love each other. My man. You're absolutely right, dude. And I do appreciate that. And McCoy, dude, what's up, dude? Thank you so much, man, for the super chat, man. Does 𝗕𝗘 always looking fresh and spitting facts?
All right,
man.
Andy, give me full screen for like 2 seconds.
1002.
Listen, fuckers. People who think that
he
I'm
had his 2
fake.
seconds.
People that think that I'm fake. People that think I don't know how to use this.
Hell yeah.
You think that I'm fake? You better come correct. That's all I ask of you. I don't care if you come at me. I don't care if you want to be keyboard warriors. I don't care. You can come at me. I'm free. You can take all your shots, but you better come correct, bitch. You better come correct. That's all.
Bro,
I ask.
can you imagine?
Bro,
can you imagine, like, you know, being at your house, being one of those keyboard motherfuckers, right? You being at your house and you hear this at your door. You just hear this.
Do you think that I have?
And then you go look at your keyhole and he's like, yeah, just come on outside, yo. Just for a second. Can you come outside for a minute?
Okay.
Just real calm. Could you just come outside real quick? Oh, this ain't nothing. Just a Hansu. Could you come outside for me real quick?
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Just come correct. Sign a waiver so we both don't go to jail, and we'll settle it like real people.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hoth's hometown hero though, real quick, man. Celebrating 2 months, bro. Hoth, I don't know if you saw earlier, man, but I let everybody know, man. Go check out again, dude. Go check out Hoth's hometown heroes, man. He's newer channel starting up, but he's putting in the work, man. And I know how it is, man. Starting up, man. We all start at 0, but you know, you're putting in the work, man. Go check him out. Let's get him to 100 subs, man. So I appreciate it, man. But he says, in the name of Spinal Tap, Payne just dialed the stream to 11. Hell yeah, dude. Smash that like button. Thank you so much, my man.
I didn't mean to get you the money. No, you're not gonna get.
You're good. Look at Chase, man. He's like, what the fuck did I just come back to? He knows. Dude, that's freaking sweet, man. Yeah, guys. No, but you're right. You know, it's Desi, you brought up a good point too. You know, just being social and having something outside. And listen, dude, like even any kind of social activities is especially nowadays, like people got kind of trapped in the whole pandemic. A lot of people got used to staying at home. Maybe people grew old, grew apart. They have families. It's hard sometimes to hang out with some of your close real life friends, things like that. As Leo pointed out, man, like I'll talk to Leo, I'll talk to Jay, Desi, everybody on this panel, Harry and I, we'll just talk. It ain't even figures. Like you become, you have some social, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? We talk about shit. That's my point. Like outside of collecting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I honestly found the most friends through this hobby than ever before. Honestly, I have to say that. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, man.
like,
that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. Like, you know, I'm going to DC a couple weeks, meet up with Jay. You know, he's gonna take me out, and you know, he's gonna show me around, and
let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Just remember, I'm not coming by myself, though, bro. I'm not
AKA no strippers.
Spots.
Hell yeah. No, that's fun. I mean, look at Mario, man. Mario's off with Marcos. He's off with Calvin. Like, that was
shout out. You know what? Shout out to Mario. Mario, what we talked about today. You did the right thing. I just want to tell you that. In all seriousness, you did the right thing, bro. You're not wrong. You did the right thing. I just want to say that. So.
Well, he was taking Jello shots off strippers' asses.
Not that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's good. Yeah. So, yeah, Luminar, exactly. Chemistry, right? Chemistry. Like you just.
Yes, I want to say chemistry because again, shout out to Luminar. Shout out. Here's the thing: shout out to the women, because if it wasn't for both Luminar and Latoya, Figure Flex Friday wouldn't be what it is. You know what I mean? Literally, it wouldn't. Because it started with an idea, and the chemistry that I have with Luminar live on the show. She holds her own. She's dope. Literally comes up with ideas. She's the one that's basically navigating the ship, honestly, behind the scenes. She's the one who gets the photos together, you know, have everybody vote for them and stuff like that. So super dope. Shout out to Luminar to what, you know, for what she does on the channel, as always, man, because she kills it. She does.
She's a lot about, yeah, she does a lot, man. She does a lot over there. It's awesome. It is. And you guys are right. Like we meet up, we meet people. Fucking Dokinator, bro. Right? Case in point.
Oh, Booty King, bro. The Booty King all day, every day. The Booty King, bro. Straight up funny ass dude, bro. But like straight up, like your doppelganger, because y'all look too much like literally.
You know why? Because we both have that Viking metal blood in our veins, dude. Is what it is, man. Because dude, Dokinator are metalheads, dude, and Star Trek fans, and it was like we never knew each other prior to this.
Yeah.
So it's case in point, right? Met a ton of cool people through collecting, you know, 100%, man.
Hell yeah, bro. Like that's what it's all about. The community when it's formed and it works together. Because the thing is, it's like as much as we do this, we're still a small pocket on the spectrum that is YouTube. A small pocket, bro, and we have to preserve it. So when there's always drama, bro, it just shrinks the community even more. It shrinks it and it makes it worse. So it's just like drama. Yeah, bro. So it's like you have to dilute that shit, bro. Like no matter what. Like, look, it's okay to have competition. That's what it is. But when that shit divides and conquers relationships and destroys friendships and shit like that, bro, I'm just not with it. So
it does, though.
Again,
it does though. It's like it does because here's my problem: delusions of grandeur. Not you guys. You fucking pieces of shit. Did you go to acting school? Did you audition for all these movies and not get casted? Because I fucking did. Okay, well I'm Asian. They weren't really gonna cast me anyway. But you know, I was Asian trying to audition for Lion King. They weren't giving me Simba. I'm just saying. But my point is, did you put in the work? Did you? Can you hit that high F note as a musical representative? Did you put in the work? Get the first movie or get the first TV show, and then get more and more and more. And then got famous that way? Or do you just come on YouTube and opine about toys? Fucking delusions of grandeur and have some fucking decency to have a fucking brain, you fucking pieces of shit. Anyway.
Well, it's those are good. Those are good points, man. Chasen says I'm not taking anyone out in Vegas. The city is expensive for fun. Yeah, but it is fun. It is fun when people get to meet up and stuff, and you know. Rockemon Kirsto, man, thank you again so much, dude, for that $10 super chat, man. He says, I've done it. Quick flight from Cali to AZ to address a seller scammer. Really?
This guy wins. Wow.
I got my stuff and flew home. Got miles to burn. Miles, hell yeah.
I will drink to that, sir. I will drink to that.
Up.
That is how you do it, man. Be like, oh, wait a minute. Now I know where you live. You gonna scam me?
I like that. I like that.
Challenge
too,
accepted.
my man. I love it, dude. I love it. But Jay, you know,
Glenn wants to take me on. Okay.
It's you know, it's funny, man, because you know, Jay and I, like, we became buds too. You know, like just off other things, man. It's not just collecting, right? So having that social interaction, and it's just, and it's the fun community, dude. You know, so we want to keep that, like Lael said, you know, like fun. And sometimes you just gotta ignore stuff, right? Because that's what it is. Like, we do things, we have life outside. It's like chill, right? Like, should be fun and talk about cool shit or problems like this, like hoarding and addictions and Desi getting back into making dioramas for everybody. Which, no, I'm kidding, dude. So, but guys, dude, I think we're gonna wrap, man. We're hitting that 2-hour mark. I know, Jay, you got it. Speaking of Jay, you got to get going too, right, brother?
Yeah, bro. Once again, brother, thank you so much for having me, bro. This has been amazing. Pain, you a bad motherfucker. I need you as my bodyguard. Fuck that, dude.
Hey, man, I'll drink to that.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, guys, it's and that's how it is, man. It's real talk, uncut, you know, which is Saturday night, man. It's fun, dude. Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat, man, for coming through, saying what's up, showing your support for everybody. Of course, subscribe to everybody if you haven't. If that's your cup of tea, hit that like button. If not, hit that dislike. If you're like, you know what, fuck this stream. It's all right, man. I appreciate you guys coming and watch anyway. But Desi, my man, it's good to have you here, dude. And Harry as well. I know it's been a little while for you guys.
Much appreciate it, yeah.
Is there anything you guys need to discuss, man? I mean, everybody knows us, but I mean, you got anything going on? You want to share? Nothing? Anything?
Not at the moment. I mean, I've still got my channel up, right? Still got, I think, what's hopefully informational videos. If you want to ever make a diorama, take care of your toys, you know, go check it out. But no new videos coming up anytime soon. Maybe a little later this couple of months or so. But for now, hey, just go check it out.
Hey, Ryan Wong in the chat. What's up, man?
Is Brian up in the house?
Yep, he is, man. Brian Wong, what's up?
I think my chat be lagging.
Yeah, no, Brian's right there, bro.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, aha. What's up, Brian? I do see you. He is here. Nice stream. Great topic on having
Brian,
social life. Listen, Brian, I will sacrifice my social life, dude, for some �𝗔𝗩𝗘 cases. So
yo.
No, I'm teasing, but we do got to work on something. But yeah, dude, I'm glad you came through, my man. Yeah, it's late here. Yeah, we were just kind of rapping, man, but I do appreciate it, brother. We'll talk soon, of course. You know, AJ though, my man, also celebrating 9 months, dude. Channel membership. Hey. Thanks so much, my man. He said thank you all for this amazing stream tonight. Well, thank you, man. We couldn't do it without you guys. Seriously, we'd be talking to the wall. So I appreciate every single one of you. I'm sure everybody on this panel appreciates every single one of you. Because again, we would just be talking to ourselves, man. So, you know, Harry, I lost my train of thought. Your doomsday clock's fucking me up. You've got your.
This reminds me of my mortality. That's all, you know.
Yeah, it is, man. But you know, again, guys, go follow Harry. I mean, you're just doing your photos right now, but go check out
now
Harry.
That Leo mentioned it, I don't know. There might be some interesting things that I can come up with. Thanks,
bro. Please, you and is either you or Desi. One of y'all motherfuckers got to do this for me, man. Like literally, I want it that bad. Like literally,
I'm looking
please.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures. So
please, if somebody could do it, please let me know, man. I need it. I need it in my life. Please, if you can do that, bro, I am straight up. I'm good with you. I'll pay you. It doesn't matter. Just let me know, man. Come on, man. Straight up. Okay. One of y'all.
I'm seriously looking up pictures right now. So
let's go, man. And give it to me before you give it to Jay. Listen, give it to me before you give it to Jay. I don't give a damn if he loves 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗠𝗘. I want it first.
Okay.
He will. No, Harry will do it. Harry will do it, man. This is stuff like Harry and I we're talking about, and
yeah,
Jay loses.
Jay loses.
Damn shame. That's okay. No. That's okay. I'll just ask, Katie, hey, can you give me something from the set? And there we go.
Yeah, just
there we go.
There
we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what we'll do.
Oh yeah. No. Damn it. Jay can do it too.
Speaking of space, the life-size throne. Katie sends you a life-size throne. Go make it fit.
Right. Yeah. And man, you guys are messing me all up, dude. Lael.
What's up, bro?
Usually, I'm ending stuff, but you know what? I'm asking everybody, what's going on, everybody, tonight? Anyway, so what's up, dude? Thank you for coming through. What do you got going on, man? Anything upcoming?
Tomorrow we got Collectors Lounge International. Me, myself, Cheating Ass Dan. We got my man Shane and Cam. So definitely, we'll be doing that tomorrow, 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. I got a video coming up. Take your position for Vision and the Vision. So that'll be coming up soon. So it's a few things, and the same old next week. Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday. Say What Wednesday. Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday. Talking Mando, and then back for Figure Flex Friday. Me, Lumi, and Loco Lou. So yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah, brother.
And best of the best on Thursday. So definitely I'll be there for best of the best on Thursday. And everybody, make sure that you watch Good Morning Grills on Tuesday. I'm plugging for you, so you don't have to say that shit. Say that.
Thank you, bro. Shoot,
he's got you, man. Listen, I'm gonna say this right now, real quick, Miles. Yes, dude. So Jay and I are gonna be doing our Star Trek stream. I don't know if we're doing it tomorrow.
We're doing it tomorrow. I've got my balls in a vice.
Okay, so sometime in this next few days, most likely, we'll cover episode 2 and 3 because they were amazing. They were amazing.
Yes.
And, of course, we got Terry Metalis. He will be probably coming on one of our episode reviews.
Yes.
Who is, the showrunner. Very excited. Of Picard, so he's going to come in and chat with us. We're just not sure on the date yet, but yes, we are not. I promise. Rather than doing like 10 episodes like once a week, figure we'll do a couple, then we'll do a couple, until we're done. So we're definitely doing it. But Jay, speaking of, man, dude, what's up, bro? What you got going on? Good morning, Grails. Best of the best.
Good morning, Grails. Best of the best. Got a DeLorean review coming out pretty soon. I've been working on. I'm actually going to be working on it tonight. So we got that going on. Ahsoka Tano is en route. She's actually, she's actually in Maryland. Wow. So I should have her. Yeah, I should have her like on Monday. So look out for her.
Who'd you get her through?
I got her from Toy Buying Agent.
Okay, go.
Oh, Tim Cent.
Got it from Tim Cent. Yep, got that, and he shipped that shit out quick. I got it. Yeah, he sent it like I think I got it a little. Usually I get it the day they announced the release, but I waited like a day or two. So I think he shipped it Thursday, and it's already in Maryland Saturday. So I'll be getting it on Monday. So yeah, Tim Cent,
sweet
man. So
yeah, man. No, he is for that, man. Definitely. Never had an issue with him. Payne, brother, dude, thanks for coming on, man. I mean, all things considered, what you got going on, man?
Feel free to unsubscribe to me. Let's see. I'm gonna give this guy the dignity and not call his name out, but he just said to me, "So annoying. Stop cursing. Show some class." So apparently, you don't know who the fuck you're talking to. Number one. Number two, this is who I am. This is what I do. You don't like it. You can fuck off and suck my dick. Number three, the fuck you gonna do about it, bitch? The fuck you gonna do about it? I don't need YouTube and I don't need money. What the fuck are you gonna do? Absolutely nothing. That's what I thought. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, man. My man. So, well, yeah, go check out Payne, man, if you guys like some unfiltered.
Unsubscribe is fine. I don't care.
Doesn't
bother me one way or another.
No, but it's all good, brother, man. I'm glad you're
Anthony,
able to come through.
Anthony, I'm sorry. You are like such a legit channel, and everybody loves you, and Lael too. You're such a legit channel, and everyone loves you. And then I come on here and I just ruin your street cred. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Everybody knows.
I care about you guys because you're like even brother cousins. You're doing really nice, legit, cool stuff. I don't give a little. Like I said, I own YouTube and I don't need money, so fuck. I don't give a fuck. But I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ruin your street cred. You don't need to be associated.
Dude, you're absolutely fine, man. The opinions of all walks of life, man, are welcome, dude.
Hey, Brian, my Singapore buddy.
Fucking Brian.
All right,
Thank you, Brian, for the
I will have another
chat.
shot. Come on, Brian. All right, Brian.
All right.
For you, my brother, my Brian. Oh my god.
2 more. Brian, you're gonna get me in trouble, man. You're gonna get me in trouble, Brian.
He just gave you money. You're
funny,
fine.
man. Love it though. But dude, Brian, dude, thank you so much, dude, for the super chat, bro. 2 more glasses for pain. Hell yeah, man. That shit's great, dude. So fucking awesome, man.
Well, then there's no disrespect. You have to understand, I don't give a fuck, and I have no filter. I don't care. You can call me. You can call me whatever. I was gonna think of something lewd, but I can't think of anything right now because I'm blitzed. But yeah,
Hell yeah, man.
You can call me your mother's asshole for all I care.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, listen, guys, we are gonna wrap, man. It's fun, man. Go hit up everybody. If you enjoyed everybody on the panel tonight. Tuesday, I do got my new show. Still don't know what the hell we're calling it, but Tuesday is gonna be fun, man. We're gonna be talking. What's up?
Just call it
the something, Leo? What? The Nookie?
Yeah, it's called it the Nookie.
The Nookie. Well, I don't know. Maybe we've got some ideas. I'm playing around with it, but. Fucking, we're gonna be talking some X-Men stuff, man. That XM Studios Jean Grey dropped. We're gonna talk about some old school Wolverine, some X-Men '97 animated show coming back. Taco Tuesday, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still working on the name, bro. That is a pretty good one though. So shout out to S-Beam on that one. But yeah, so come check us out Tuesday, guys. And again, everybody out there, have a safe weekend. Stay safe out there. And yeah, man, we're outie. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.